Still smiling.
Very delighted to be here.
Yeah, well, welcome to Bellingham. Yeah, can I take your clothes off you now? Yeah, come on in and get some food.
It's been a long night of stumbling along, bent over sideways, but yeah, no, really good, thank you. Everybody here, they're so inspiring. It is a really brutal race. They always say that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it's just so true, because genuinely yesterday it did feel like imminent death in a blizzard on Crossfell, but yeah, we survived and we're here, and yeah, and we're stronger.
Well, as you can see, there's absolutely nothing wrong here. My lower body is probably more blue than flesh coloured because of all the tape, and that's not on the legs. Mentally, everything is excellent. We're having a great time out there. I've been teamed up for a long time, and that's why I'm still racing, because we're just having a great time. When you're not racing to win, you're racing for something else. In this case, you're racing for the pleasure of people's company and enjoying the moments. So it's going quite well.
It's been the most challenging thing I've ever done. I've done the Northern Traverse last year, and that's like a park run compared to this. It's been incredible, but really, really pushed me to my limits. I think going over Crossfell in the storm was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life with my friend. I don't think I'll ever quite have an experience that captures so much of your emotions. I've had some recent bereavements that made me really want to push myself and actually process that as well. I think it's been quite cathartic, and it's allowed me time actually. It felt like a holiday from life, really, total escapism from everything. It's been for me, really, and kind of in memory of loved ones, used to give me some space to think about life and priorities.
Just did a bit of admin before we head off again.
Well, you'll notice that Stu still hasn't closed his chest pouch. It's got all his stuff in it. It'll bounce out of it as soon as he starts to stride along at 3 kilometers an hour.
These hand warmers, you go through 3 packs of these a day. And gurney goo, you'll have to Google that one. Gurney goo keeps the chafing at bay, but those are the race winners for me. That's what's done the race. You're carrying like between 8 kilos and 12 kilos on your back for 22 hours a day.
And what you want is never exactly where it should be. So you always got to find that little thing that's in the bottom of the back.
Last day, we hope. We were doing well. We were so happy to get to Bellingham last night. We were exhausted. That was a really, really tough day yesterday. For about 5 seconds we thought about pressing on, but it may have been less, it may have been just a second. and then we thought better of it and stayed in Bellingham, got some sleep, got some food. And now we're ready to wrap this up, man. We're looking forward to kissing that wall at Kirk Yetholm.
Yeah, it was an absolute slog for sure. Unfortunately, we lost our other American boy, Al, who's obviously, I believe, the toughest of all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was dealing with a nagging injury, and when we knew he was done, it was done. So, man, in his honor, we'll keep rocking. We'll get this done and represent, and man, enjoy this countryside. I don't want to leave.
Got a little bit of pain in my ankle, but covered in tape like probably a lot of us are. It's going to be a long day, but we'll get there in the end.
It's not been too bad, but a little bit stumbling, quite icy. Helps that you were with other people.
The sun's out and it's glorious.
It's sort of fun, I think.
It's been chilly at times.
Yeah, we've had
been slippy at times. We've all had a few tumbles. We've had views more often than not, which makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. Lunch and a kip at the nest, and then hopefully finish in the small hours of tomorrow morning.
It's another beautiful day. We were set off about 4 weeks ago, and it's nearly over.
We were just saying that to get over Crossfell the other day in the conditions it was before it was shut, although it was scary and brutal at the same time, the reflection to it was beautifully brutal. You know, it just was amazing just to have done it that way. But you only feel like that after at Greg's Hut when you're eating noodles.
doing all right. Still moving. This is how good I'm feeling. Oh.
The weather's been extremely cold, but
look at this.
sunshine, so yeah, it's been lovely.
Yesterday on Hadrian's Wall, before we got there, it was absolutely freezing. Had all the layers on, and then it was like a hot summer's day. You had to take everything off. Those people up there with shorts on, wasn't there?
I know.
Just mental, but yeah, stunning.
I'm looking forward to going over the Cheviots now.
Round it off by a little trip over the Cheviots. Could be good.
For months I've been sort of kind of hovering over the withdrawal button, just constantly like doubting myself at everything. And even starting, it was like, well, I'll just get to checkpoint 1 and that'll be enough. I won't have to do any more. But then as each checkpoint went, each day passed, it just, I started to enjoy it more, felt more relaxed. And now I'm on the last day. I had an accident, I slipped on some ice and hit my face on a rock, but that was Tuesday. Just fallen so many times on the ice. It's really hard to see it under all the snow.
Such a joy to walk along here and to just enjoy the tiny paths, and yeah. 30 miles to go, so getting closer to home all the time. Such a great few days, just being outdoors and speaking to lots of people and having an adventure.
By the time I got to Greg's hut, that and my feet were so sore. All the nails had lifted from the bed and they've emaciated underneath. Like, I went in and literally fell asleep, and the ladies fixed my feet and taped them all up and everything, and put my socks back on, and I was still fast asleep. And when I did wake, I feel wonderful. It's amazing. I can't thank them enough, and it's making me carry on and go forward. I say my watch is messing about. Pole's broke. Hey, that's spine adventure, I suppose, isn't it? Right, come on, let's get this done. Let's go.
Not too good. Injury, I think, on my leg. Okay, those are the beds where we are going to. It's like this, I did a few 100 milers, but this is way more tougher than a 100 miler. The conditions, the weather, if I can make it or not, we'll see about it. Then is it what it is.
Good evening. You join me at the end of an exceptionally busy day in Kirk Yetholm. We've hit a point in the race where the front runners, the winners, have arrived, and what we're getting now is the bulk of the pack arriving. A procession of runners that has snaked its way halfway down the country is now starting to arrive here as successful finishers, one after another after another. It's been a party atmosphere from dawn right through till now after dark. Now, having been such a busy day, you could be forgiven for perhaps having lost track of exactly what happened in what order, because so much has happened. So allow me to run through it for you. Last night, just after I recorded these pieces to camera, Susan Fawkes crossed this line and clinched second female in the Montane Winter Spine Challenger North. You have to then skip forward in time to just before sunrise this morning, to find the third female athlete over the line, which was Louise Goddard. Louise is a regular volunteer here at the Spine race, and of course we were exceptionally pleased to see her arrive. Also yesterday evening, Johnny Conway and Michael Dowling grabbed joint third spot on the male open podium. They, if you remember, had been running with Laura O'Driscoll before she sadly pulled out of the race, and with Nikki Arthur, our eventual female winner. Today, we also saw Claire Bannwarth seal a historic second victory in a row, as she is amongst a tiny group of elite runners who have managed to defend their title in this race. And she did so, finishing in a time 5 hours faster than last year. Also in a repeat of this time last year, Hannah Rickman clinched second spot. Now, for those of you who are eagle-eyed and had been pouring through that tracker data, and I know you dot watchers are, you will have noticed that Hannah Rickman picked up a time credit along the way. This all goes back to that terrible weather that blew through Crossfell a couple of nights ago. Hannah had also closed on Lucy in the latter stages of the race, and though she arrived behind Lucy, she finished in front. What an absolutely fantastic performance from Hannah Rickman. Last year, she was nearly 24 hours behind Claire Bannwarth. This time around, it was closer to 12, which of course brings us to Lucy Gossage. What a phenomenal performance from somebody moving into a new sport, changing discipline, adapting to a new set of skills, a new environment. We've been consistently impressed with Lucy. She made a statement right from the off, getting into that leading pack, pushing hard and staying there throughout. The sleep monsters tried to get her on the way over the Cheviots, but they couldn't stop her, and she finished this evening to rapturous applause. Also among the dots that made their way up here to the finish line today were the front runners in the Montane Winter Spine MRT Challenge North. The winner there was Paul Nelson, ahead of Peter Spearing and Matthew Kilner in third. And also, we saw the arrival of the first female athlete in the MRT Challenge North in Louise Beetlestone. So I'm going to go and take an extended sit down. It's been an incredible day, just outstanding scenes over and over again. I'm running out of hyperbole. I'm running out of ways to describe how many exceptional performances there have been here. We're just seeing records fall over and over again. But of course, further down the trail, there is still a long way to go. And if you're watching this now, you're probably also keeping an eye on the tracker, and you will know that the runners at the back are racing against time once again. It is cold. They are exhausted. The only thing pushing them forward now is their will to get here to the finish line. So please, don't stop watching those dots. Please come back tomorrow and keep watching our updates. We will keep on bringing you as much news as we can throughout the rest of the race. Don't look away for a moment, because literally anything could happen.